Respected friends, co-sadhakas, co-students, welcome, salutations, greetings to you all, gratitudes, congratulations, and together prayers to the divine to make our being together fruitful in terms of gaining the Shastra Jnana and evolving in Adhyatmika Marga. The 13 Vyaktitvas Lokasevaka, Dharmastapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Shanta, Samskrita Bhasha, Pravina. The six blessing sources, the Brahma Tattva, Anusandhanam, Ishvara, Sharanagati, Jagannata, Prarthana, Devatagana, Upasana, Gurugana, Vidheyata, Shastra, Nirantarata in Shravana, Adhyayana, Manana. Welcome to this again another day's session of study of two Shastras, chanting of two Shastras. The studying Shastras are Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana and Atma Bodha, one in Hindi, English first one, then Hindi. Then we do the Parayanam of Tripura Rahasya, which is just 2 more days to conclude, followed by our Skanda Purana, the beautiful topic of Sri Kumara Sambhava, we will be seeing today for removing the terrible Tarakasura. Once Tripura Rahasyam is done, some other texts like Tulsi Ramayana, etc., we involve in. Now, friends, as the text itself has the content now, Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, these 2 hours of ours, let us feel that this is our Adhyatmika sadhana. Let us pour out all our intensity of concentration, intensity of love, intensity of devotion, intensity of Shraddha, intensity of Jignasa to know what our masters are guiding us in. Therefore, how great kind they are. Then, the importance of that guidance in our life. Then, the sankalpa and prayatna to follow those instructions. Especially the text we are studying, Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayam, second, Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam, these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 6 chapters talk about one of the very, very important things for all human beings, whether in spiritual life or the outer worldly life. The topic is continuously required to be known, to be realized, that is our own self effort. It is the wrong self effort only which destroys us, which is it again, it is the correct self effort only which evolves us. All onus is with us always. The ball is in our court, it is we have to. From whichever the state of being evolution we are, to evolve from there to the next stage, higher stage, all in our hands. When we do, we grow. When we don't do, we just fall down. One hint in this regard is me, my own state of being now, my next stage, my effort to reach to that stage. This is the only thing we have to have in mind. The other unwanted thing called as comparing with others, that at what stage of evolution they are has nothing to do, because that person may be doing sadhana from many lives. We just started now, we cannot compare. And many other reasons will be there. We can see the people's good sadhana's growth, get inspired that we also should do, but not compete, neither feel the jealousy. We have to do our own. And in that, always 3 things only: negative removal, positive replacement, and then doing the spiritual things. These are all the three things that's all which we as a Purushartha have to keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing. For that, whatever knowledge required, conviction is required, aggressiveness is required, the commitments are required. All of them we have to gain from within Sri Vasishtaji, guiding us in all these aspects. He is not only talking about Purushartha and its needs, but he is educating us. Like when a doctor tells the patient that तुम ये दवा लो, exercise कर, ठीक हो जाओगे. That is Purushartha. That's not the only thing the doctor says. He tells about other possible side effects or problems, how to counter them, and how to add the other things in the form of good exercises, good rest, walking, etc. or eat this, don't eat that. तो इतना सारा डॉक्टर बताते हैं along with the main पुरुषार्थ. Vasishtha ji also here telling us the need of the aggressiveness, need of the commitment, need of the continuity, nityata in our efforts. Along with that, he is giving assurance also. Definitely you succeed if you do like that. Then the other aspect also is not missing. If you don't do, then you will not grow and don't blame anyone. And also he says everybody succeeded in life in negative or positive when they did that पुरुषार्थ. तो नेगेटिव करोगे तो उसमें भी तुम कामयाब होगे. But don't do that. So let us see today too few of these beautiful golden shlokas after our, like every day, chantings and sankalpa. Be present fully here. Just look into yourself. Any doubts, any of the restlessnesses, any other programs, postpone all of them for after the class. And once you come to class, sit till the class is over. Have that patience to listen. That is the first thing to be learned, in which we express our respect to the speaker, the subject, the author, and the divine, and the theme of the subject. That's the basic thing to get the blessings from them in the form of gaining this knowledge, remembering this knowledge, inspired to use this knowledge and be blessed by this knowledge. Clear? Om 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 Sahana Vavadu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo भक्ति विद्या योग विद्या धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यं प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्वसच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओमापदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्. श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने. कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं. वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को नयाति पराङ्गतिम्. ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे. विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं. तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः. पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यारुद्धिदीर्षुर् स्वयमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने. यस्संवादेन शास्त्रामृत जलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यासादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तं ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यसिद्ध्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास सन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां भक्तिज्ञानयोगवेदान्तादि प्रक्रियाणां भक्तपरम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्वशांति विश्वकल्याण विश्व एकता विश्व पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्त शिष्य साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु श्रोतॄणाम् आश्रमाणां संस्थानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन साधना सेवा उपासना यज्ञ आगादि दिव्य कर्मणां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर समस्त शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थञ्च विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थञ्च अनेकानेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीयोगवासिष्ठ महा रामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं सनातन धर्मार्थं भारत वर्षार्थं विश्वकल्याणार्थं च वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षये नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे अवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम श्री वाल्मीकि विश्वामित्र वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। अथ द्वितीय प्रकरणं वैतथ्य प्रकरणं पंचम सर्गः पौरुष संस्थापनं नाम। So one shloka your understanding is how divine it is, how fruitful, how useful are the meanings. These are the ones to be referred again and again. So yesterday, the two crucial shlokas we are and we concluded with the study of it. In that, one was of the highest inspiration. Second, Bhagavan is cautioning through an abuse. In fact, rather in that abuse, he meant directly, but then he addressed it indirectly. Vasishtha Bhagavan. Idea is what? Like parents or teachers, when they scold us, when they say anything to us, it's only with one intention that we take life into our hands and charge and do positive and protect from negative. हमारे स्वयं के रक्षा के लिए ही वो लोग कभी कहते हैं. Like in Gita, when Bhagavan says to Arjuna, Klaibyam asmagamaha. So don't be like a cleaver. That doesn't mean Lord is angry and hating or scolding, but that's the way Arjuna can come out of that a very miserable state of mind before the war. isn't it? Like that, in between also 2 3 places it comes. It is not to scold. It is only to tell us that you are doing something negative, come out of it. So too when they appreciate us, it is also not that they are attached to us, but to recognize, make us realize that what we are doing is correct and they appreciate it. They want us to continue. In Gita, how many times Bhagwan ko Bharatarshava, Mahabaho, Kaunteya, Partha, then Ishtosi me Sakha Cheti, Bhaktosi me Dudamiti, Bhaktosime Sakacheti, Stosime Dudamiti. How many times Bhagavan said? Their appreciation is to say that we are on the right path. Continue. So here also. First, the sentence of inspiration, shloka number 13. 1-3. भगवान कहते हैं उसमें कि असदैव मदः कृत्वा नित्यम उद्रिक्तया धिया संसारोत्तरणं भूत्यै यतेता धातुमात्मनि. Okay, in this 5 things you keep in mind. Okay, first is yateta, second is bhutyai yateta, third is samsarottaranam, fourth is atmani adhatum, fifth is asadaivam adhakrutva, and sixth is nityam udriktaya dhiya. Every one of them are important. So yateta means keep on doing yatna, keep on doing yatna. And what is the yatna for? Bhutyai. For bhuti. Bhuti means prosperity or the evolution. The worldly bhuti is worldly prosperity. Spiritual bhuti is spiritual evolution. Like 10th chapter of Gita, Vibhuti Yoga. In that Vibhuti Yoga, Bhagavan's Vibhutis are told when they are practiced by His grace, we become richer by His grace or spiritually we evolve. सो भूत यही यथेत, दैट्स वाई इट्स फॉर बोथ. स्पिरिचुअल भूति चाहिए उनको, वो लोग स्पिरिचुअल यत्न करें. अदर भूति चाहिए, वो लोग वो वाला यत्न करें. ओके, इन डूइंग सो वन इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज संसार उत्तरणम. The two types of samsara are in the world. The worldly samsara is the poverties, isn't it? The daridrata, that loneliness. They are all samsaric samsaras. From that, by your own bhuti effort, come out of it. From the spiritual standpoint, the samsara is the samsara of upaditadatmya and the outer running and getting frustrated. तो संसार उत्तरण के लिए और भूति के लिए यत्न करें. 3 things are told. भूत्य यतेता, samsara uttaranam yateta. And then to do so, another yatnam is required. That yatnam is bringing inside us all the required lakshanas, jnanams, as well as the, let us say, skills and talents. Like in the worldly achievements also, we should have the jnanam, what to achieve, how to achieve, and all required skills there. Spirituality may be, we need the jnanam about Paramatma Tattva and all. Skills are the management of our all personality layers. All of that put together, Bhagavan says as Atmani Adhatum. To bring into your own self all the required knowledges, all the qualities, all the skills. Do effort. Having gained all of them, again the put effort for the transcending the samsara as well as for the bhuti, vibhuti success. So therefore, 3 चीजें हो गए. Bringing all the knowledges, skills, abilities, one thing. Transcending the samsara by practicing them. So to achieving the bhuti by practicing them. For this yateta. 4 things. Atmani adhatum yateta, Atmani adhatum yateta, samsarottaranam yateta, bhuti yateta. No, more important than these 4 are the other 2 ones. I don't know how to convey it to you, but it is, I am requesting God, Guru, to bless both you and me, that may we not miss the important thing to be felt while listening to these 2 more qualities taught by Vaashishtha. One is what? Asad Daivam Adhakrutva. That the Asat Daivam, the Daivam called as Prarabdha, Daivam called as the haunting past, Daivam even called as the Vasana, which is Asat. Why Asat? Because only when you give importance and value that it becomes valuable, and suppresses us, doesn't allow us to do the present पुरुषार्थ. Therefore उसको असत मानो, और उस असत मानकर उसका असर अपने पर होने का नहीं देना. That is called as अधः कृत्वा. अधः कृत्वा. That अधः कृत्वा is, you learn from any examples. Let best example it occurs to me is the elephant. When the elephant, कोई भी आए उसको अटैक करने, how it puts him down with the leg, और कैसे वो कुचल डालता है पाँव से. That's called as अधः कृत्वा. So too in any of the war also, विदाउट वेपन्स वाले युद्ध में, रेसलिंग आदि, how that opponent is put down and then the winner mounts on him. In that Mushtika Asura Chanura Yuddha both with Krishna and Balrama. Chanura killed by Krishna, Mushtika by Balram. Both of them, उनको नीचे पटका के टपका के, they mounted them and gave Gusa finish. Same Krishna was trying to do to Kamsa, but वो डर से कंस खुद ही मर गया. He didn't give chance to Krishna to even beat him. I am telling you the word अधः कृत्वा. सर पे मत चढ़ाना वासनाओं को, प्रारब्ध को, पास्ट को. That वो प्रेजेंट में हमको, in spite of having all opportunities, abilities, वो हमें मेहनत नहीं करने देता. ऐसा नहीं होने देना. That is why I said how to convey this. Each one of you have to catch it. Asat daivam. Daivam asat. Daivam means the past. Asat, it's dead and gone. अधः कृत्वा, उसको पूरा कुचल के डालो पाँव के नीचे. ये अधः, whenever word used, it goes with other word. संस्कृत में अधः, like जब हनुमान जी छलांग लगाए from that mountain. In Tulsi Ramayana, in the beginning only it is told. In Valmiki and Adhyatma Ramayana, while returning after the accomplishment, it is told. है ना, यही गिरी चढ़ेऊ ಹನುಮಂತ ದೆನ್ ಚಲವು ಸುಗ ಪಾತಾಳ ತುರಂತ. Isn't it? तुलसी सुंदर कांड में what it says is, हनुमान जी जैसे वो हवा में उड़ते हैं, with that force of his legs, वो जो पहाड़ जो है पाताल में चले जाता है. चलो गो सौ पाताल तुरंत. Isn't it? In that Adhyatma and other Ramayana, at the end of it, after accomplishing, while taking off, when he stands on the mountain and takes off, the mountain goes into the Patala Loka. So that Patala word is added with Adaha. Therefore, here when it is said Asat Taivam Adaha Krutva means Adaha Patala tak usko kuchal ke rakhna. That is the feeling of it. Like Bhagavan puts the feet on Bali and he is sent into Sutala Loka. तो here also पाताल लोक means what, कि वो फिर से नजर भी नहीं आना. I am struggling here like Vaashishtha ji to convey that crux point. The crux point is this key, in the present with the available resources, we are so much involved in putting the efforts that we don't have even a trace of iota of the past, whether it is weaknesses, whether it is failures, whether it is any of the effects of that, उसका ख्याल भी नहीं रहना, याद भी नहीं रहना. That's the meaning of past को, दैवम को अधः पाताल में कुचल डालना. That is what we are expected to do. Then only in the present, with full inspiration, we work. Any of the past, any of the influence of the past, including vasanas, they come to that extent, they neutralize the present work. They just weaken that present effort. Somehow they affect it. Therefore, अधः कृत्वा का अर्थ क्या हुआ? वो दिखना भी नहीं चाहिए हमारे जिंदगी. Very important. And this we do. This we do it. I tell you, please mind not for giving the bad examples or गाली मत देना मेरे को. कि how many times we have overeaten and have spoiled our health. And again, when the food is available, like a bewakoof, that's why I said wrong example. Forgetting all the past, don't we again indulge in eating? Eaten so many sweets and all. इतना बढ़ गया sugar. Almost इतना difficult हो गया. 1 month the doctor took to bring it to normal. Again, forgetting all these things, are we not so senseless again to do in the present the purushartha of eating? Bad example there, galat example. So too we have chased the people or objects for sukha. They kicked us like गर्दभ जो आगे श्लोक में आ रहा है डोंकी एंड फिर से भी बेशरम होकर वो सारा भूलकर फिर से कितने बार हम पीछे नहीं पड़े लोगों के शर्म छोड़कर negative example it is. Now do it positive. The earlier vasanas, the earlier negativities, earlier failures, earlier dukkha, जो भी थे, now they won't calm me down in the present. मैं करूंगा present में. That is meaning of adha krutva. So कितने हो गए? यथेत आत्मनि आधातुम यथेत, then samsara uttaranam yateta, then bhutya yateta, then asadaivam adakrutva yateta. Fifth, most important, sixth one. This is what I failed to explain to you. I am telling you in advance only. The sixth point is nityam yateta. It can be made as 7. Nityam udriktaya dhyayateta. That's what the words I am not finding to explain. Udriktadhi means the aggressive intellectual conviction. Continuously we have to maintain ourselves and keep on focusing on what is to be done and do that alone. Nityam uktritya dhiya yateta. Asat daivam adha krutva. Samsarottaranam bhutyai, also atmani adhatu. Atmani adhatu means getting the required knowledge, required skills, required qualifications. In Vedanta, in gaining Viveka Vairagya Shamadhamadi, going to the Guru, all of that is atmani adhatu. When you do that, then only samsara goes away, bhuti comes. And for that, all the past suppress. And what is the best thing is udriktaya dhiya. Nityam udriktaya dhiya. The meaning of udriktaya dhiya, one positive example means an ordinary, one negative example I'll tell you. Negative example I'll tell or not, I'll decide later. The understanding example is, let us say, in any of these sports, tennis kaho, yeah, more familiar is cricket mein kaho. Okay, there when two things, one bowler is very aggressively attacking. If the batsman is little weaker because out of form or recommendation से आया है वो खेल ठीक नहीं रहा था, therefore he is overpowered by the bowler's aggressive bowling and sledging. Then what will he do? He just gives a catch or becomes out of some of the confusion. But what is the meaning of udriktadhi of that batsman? If the bowler is aggressive, he should be more aggressive than the bowler. Have you not seen so many places? The aggression of the bowler or the sledging of the bowler is given mutod jawab by the batsman by hitting continuously 4s and 6s. Like one of that famous example where the fellow who was his 6 sixes he has hit. Before that, the other team captain was sledging him and instigating him. उसने कहा मैं दिखा देता हूँ करके 6 छक्के मार दिए उसने. This is called नित्यम उद्रिक्तति. Same cricket में another example is 1 by 1 wickets are going. 3, 4. Then the 5th, 6th कहते हैं टिकुम करते क्यों डर रहा है वो. But some of them are there, even the 7th, 8th down, he will hit with such a force that even losing match he wins it. That's a udriktati. In the tennis also, there's so many cases. Out of 5 sets, 2 sets are lost. Third set, they are 6-2. Or not 6-2, 5-2. Almost हारने की बात है. और 5-2 से वो धीरे धीरे ब्रेक करके 3-5 में आएगा, 4-5 में आएगा, इक्वल करेगा, 6-5 हो जाएगा. Then he does the try breaker and then he becomes 8-6, he gets the set. So 2-1 हो गया. Then the next set aggressive, third one losing match winning. That's the meaning of udriktadhi. Okay, how can I not achieve? I will achieve that whatever efforts I have to put, I will put that. Anything which is hindering me from within, especially even outside, I am not going to succumb to that. That's a udriktadhi, nityam udriktaya dhiya. I love this word here. We are weak in our intellectual convictions. That's why past, present, future, everything troubles us. Same thing said by Bhagavan Krishna in chapter 3, Gita 30th mantra. है ना? Three things Bhagavan used. ना? Vai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa युद्धस्व विगतज्वर. How? Nirashir nirmamo bhutva. Yuddhyasva vigatajvara. Puja Gurudev explains that as Nirashi means what? Let not the anxieties of the future disturb you, or what I say, dissipate your energies. Nirmamaha bhutva. Let not the regrets of the past disturb you in the present. So to Vigatajvaraha, let not the excitements of the present should not derail you from the present performance. So, regrets of the past, anxieties of the future, excitements of the present. Before that, without all these three channels through which all our energy dissipates, which we have gained through the aiming at the highest goal, blocking all these three leakages of the energy, Vigata Jvaraha, without that hesitation in the present, excitement, Yudhyasva, do the Yuddha. Again in the same shloka what Krishna Vaashishtha ji says ye वहाँ करते अगले श्लोक में, this my opinion of mine, whoever follows, they are manavaha, and while doing so shraddhavantaha, and don't have the doubt, muchyante tepi karmavi, they get freed from all limitations of karma. Eme matam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto nasuyantah muchyante tepi karmavi. ये तो अभ्यसूयन्तः न अनुतिष्ठन्ति मे matam. This my suggestion of mine. If anybody doesn't follow, sarvajnana vimudantan vidhi nashtano. They are foolish people, no gnanam, and they are gone in their life, they don't succeed. Then again he says, Sadrusham cheshtide swasyaha, the prakriti comes to overpower you, don't allow it. Same what he said there, here also. So now, हमने जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट को लास्ट में कहा, वहां से शुरू करते हैं. नित्यम उद्रिक्तया धिया, नित्यम उद्रिक्तया धिया, असद्धैवम अधकृत्वा, असद्धैवम अधकृत्वा, यतेत यतेत आत्मनि आतातुम यतेत यतेत संसारोत्तरणम यतेत यतेत भूत्यै यतेत. अब देखो ये संस्कृत आता है ना, तभी उसका फीलिंग. इन एनी अदर लैंग्वेज यू ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन, टू सम एक्सटेंट इट कैन बी कन्वेड. But the way how Vaashishtha ji is saying, to feel that we have to have only the Sanskrit Bhasha. That's why I took time yesterday and today also, because this is what the need of the hour. Because in outer life success, spiritual maybe, we are always all alone. We have to prepare ourselves from within and perform outside for our own growth and success. When we succeed, people come and share our success. When we fail, nobody comes and helps us. They can't also. It is we, it is our life. Our life is no different from any birds or animals, which every one of them have to struggle for their own survival, and ours is along with survival evolution. राइट नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट श्लोक मैंने कहा ना कि भगवान सीधा हमको गाली दे रहे हैं, लेकिन वो कह नहीं सकते डायरेक्टली ना, इनडायरेक्टली कह रहे. व्हाट इट इज शैल वी सी कि न गंतव्यमनुद्योगैः साम्यं पुरुषगर्दभैः उद्योगस्तु यथा शास्त्रं लोकद्वितय सिद्धये. सो पुरुषगर्दभैः साम्यं, अनुद्योगैः पुरुषगर्दभैः साम्यं न गंतव्यम. Both. Don't be in the company of, or don't be like what? Purusha but Gardhava. And who are the Purusha Gardhava? Who are the human donkeys? Anudyogaihi. Those who, for thousands of reasons, mainly the past or prarabdha, in the present, they are not doing udyoga. They are not putting their self-effort. They are not executing their free will. They are not using the opportunities given. They are not using the abilities, talents they have. जो अनुद्योग कर रहे हैं, ऐसे पुरुष गर्धवों से मत मिलो ना. वो नहीं कहना उनको, तुम अगर उद्योग नहीं कर रहे हो, तुम परुष शरीर में रहने वाला गधा ही हो. भगवान हमको गधा कह रहे. वहाँ क्लैब्यम कहा कृष्ण इन गीता में, यहाँ वशिष्ठ जी कहते हैं पुरुष गर्दभ, द वर्स्ट देन एनिमल्स, वर्स्ट ऑफ द एनिमल्स गधा. That is why in Sanskrit is one quotation, Udyogam Purusha Lakshanam, Anudyogam Gardava Lakshanam. Udyogam Purusha Prayojaka Purusha Lakshanam, Anudyogam Purusha Gardava Lakshanam. यहाँ लिखा है अनुद्योगैहि पुरुषगर्दवैहि अनुद्योगैहि साम्यम न गंतव्यम. Don't compete with the lazy fellows. Don't compete with the non-performers. Purusha Gardava, oh Gadhe in the form of human being, those who are not putting their own self-effort in the present to defeat the past, whatever it is their negative, and achieve success for the present and future. ऐसा खुद को गाली देना है, मैं मेहनत नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Spiritually, not getting up morning, not coming class to regularly, not studying the Shastra at home, not doing my minimum daily sadhana, सब japa, upasana, parayana, swadhyaya, chintana and dhyana. So before anybody tells us you are a donkey, we should know that we are so, let us not be so, let us be human. So the lakshana of the donkey is anudyogaha, for with all conveniences, and lakshana of the purusha is the udyogaha with all inconveniences, whatever. So samyam nagantavyam anudyogai purusha gardavai. क्या नहीं करना कह दिया, करना क्या है फिर नेक्स्ट लाइन उद्योग हेतु, यू हैव टू डू द उद्योग ओनली. उद्योग मीन्स उत्कृष्ट स्थिति प्राप्ति हेतु योग यत् कर्म कर्तव्यम तत्प्रति योग. तो फॉर अचीविंग द हायर गोल्स, वॉट एवर द वर्क वी हैव टू डू, ट्यूनिंग आवरसेल्व्स टू दैट इज कॉल्ड उद्योग, कॉल्ड उद्योग. उद्योग मेहनत करना. अगेन doesn't want to take it for granted. Our Bhagavan Vaashishtha is for, he says Udyogatu Yatha Shastram. Yatha Shastram, we have to do the Udyoga. Then result is what? Loka Dvitaya Siddhaye. To achieve the both lokas. The worldly loka of Ahika Mushmika, comforts of this life and better worlds, better future. Amushmika is, not Amushmika, Ahika Amushmika and Paramarthika. Loka Dvitaya Siddhi means for the success in both the worlds, the materialistic world, the spiritual world, the Dharmartha Kama Purushartha world, the Moksha Purushartha world, the Akshara Brahma Prapti, the Akshara Parabrahma Prapti. दो जगत है, दोनों में भी भूति के लिए पुरुष प्रयत्न करना है यथाशास्त्रम. सो उद्योग तो यथाशास्त्रम लोकद्वितय सिद्धये. So then can we come out of our slumber, our lethargy, and then do all the best things for our own conquering past and do all the best things to make our glorious future. Then expand the subject by looking at the people in the world. We have practically done this way, went on working, and reached so many heights and scales. One problem with us, two problems with us. One, we don't listen to the stories of those Mahatmas, great people. Even though when we listen it objectively. हाँ उन्होंने किया, अरे भाई उनसे सीख के खुद करो. देर आर सम इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट, आप देखते हो ना टाटा जी एंड ऑल, ये जब 86 और 88 जितना में उनका, स्टिल ही इज डूइंग उद्योग, पुरुषा प्रयत्न. सी इज काइंडनेस, रियली लव इट that the BSNL is being brought down, otherwise these other fellows cell phone वाले कितना चीटिंग करके कितने पैसे ले रहे हैं हमसे. They made it compulsory. Earlier it was free, that every month you have to charge whether you call it or not. कितने हजारों लाखों करोड़ों लोगों को दुख हो रहा है वो. भाई आई एम नॉट डूइंग an outgoing call, इनकमिंग के लिए मैं रखा हूँ. For that also I have to pay money, which was not earlier. मुझे खुद ही दुख होता है. I have to pay every month. I can't afford. So no, this person has come up with good scheme. I think I have to shift it to that and all. Whatever. There are people who are still relentlessly working for the world. irrespective of their age and all. उद्योग, पुरुष प्रयत्न, उसमें दो बातें हैं, एक वर्ल्डली गेन के लिए नहीं करना, एक ऑनेस्टली करना, ये दो बात स्पिरिचुअलिटी के लिए करना है एंड ऑनेस्टली, दैट्स इट, करेक्ट. नाउ comes the spiritual thought started now from the last sloka itself. कि आत्मनि आधातुम मीन्स वी ऑलरेडी सेड ऑल दी शमदमादि गुणों को ले आना. देन संसार उत्तरण मीन्स फ्रॉम द आउटर वर्ल्ड लेट अस पुल आवरसेल्व्स अवे. उत्ते मीन्स टू स्पिरिचुअली ग्रो. Yogas, Ramayana and such texts don't talk to us about Artha Kama Prapti. They talk to us about the Moksha Prapti, for that Dharma, for purification. Now let us do the next shloka. बहुत बहुत पावरफुल है. संसार कुहरा अस्मात् निर्गंतव्यम स्वयं बलात् पौरुषम यत्नमाश्रित्य हरिणेवारि पंजरात्. देखो मस्त. अगेन संसार कुहरादस्मात् निर्गंतव्यम स्वयं बलात् पौरुषम यत्नमाश्रित्य हरिणा इव हरिवंजरात्. Use the example of the Hari, the lion. Harivanjara means when all other its enemies or even human beings, when they put that lion in that panjara, पिंजरे में लगा के रखते ना, और कितना अग्रेसिव होकर वो सारे दरवाजे दीवारें तोड़कर कैसा वो बाहर निकलता है सिंह. See the good example, no? इस तरह से we have to be ferocious. Another example you have studied in our Aitareya Upanishad, the great Vamadevaji who is seated in the audience there. And Shena Iva Jarasa Niradiyam. I was in so many lives caught up in this pinjara of Dehadi Upadi Tadatmya. How is Bharto like that eagle only? Earlier, like a tota, I was inside pinjara. Like an eagle now, I broke open all the shackles. Now in the garbha of the mother itself, Vamadevaha realized the self. Garbhe eva shayanaha Vamadeva etam uvacha. Jarasa niradiyam. Shatamma ayasi puraha. Hundreds and hundreds of shariras like iron chains. I was caught up like a parrot. This time, though, I said, before I go into the world itself, in the womb of the mother only, I'll break open the shackles of Ajnana, Upadhi Tadatmya. He came out and realized, Mukti se janam liye. Vamadeva and Shukadeva, these are the two people. Jivan Mukti se janam, with liberation they are born. In the stomach only. Garbhe eva shayana Vamadeva. Mantraketu Upanishad. Here also the lion breaks open the shackles and comes out. That way, what we have to do? Samsara korat asmat. From this terrible kuha kaho, yeah, from the cage of the samsara in which we are. The samsara upaditadatmya, samsara of slavery to the things and beings of the world and struggling only to get disappointed and kicked from that samsara kora by ourselves with all our ferocious efforts. So that's what next line. Paurusham yatnam ashritya. Taking the support of the Purusha Prayatna from the Samsara Kuhara, we ourselves with all our force come out of it. We have to come out. अब देखो एक एक श्लोक का कितनी महिमा है, मैं बोल नहीं पा रहा हूँ. More than that I can't tell. संसार कुहरात अस्मात् निर्गंत्यम व्यम स्वयं बलात् पौरुषम यत्नमाश्रित्य. एग्जाम्पल हरिणा इव हरिपंजरात्. आप लायन को ऐसे केज में नहीं डाल सकते या घेर कर नहीं रख सकते, सब तोड़ फोड़ करके आ जाएगा. वाह, गुड एग्जाम्पल. So in this, what is said is, if we try like that, we really will come out also. And here nirgantavyam. Nirgantavyam means बाहर आना, and बाहर permanently आना, फिर से उसमें नहीं जाना. संसार कुहर से. What is samsara kuhara? Precisely, we are going to study from all our shastra studied. उपाधि तादात्म्य से अपने आप को जीव मानकर जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति अवस्था में trying for fulfillment of continuous, limitless, infinite happiness. which is not possible. With the Adhyatmika Purusha Prayatna, from that samsara we have to become Mukta. इसलिए मुमुक्षुत्व प्रयत्नशील daily we talk about. What we are talking every day from last 2-3 months, same here. संसारकोरादस्मात् निर्गन्तव्यं स्वयं बलात् पौरुषं यत्नमाश्रित्य हरिणेवारिपञ्जरात्. Then what is that samsara from which we with our own efforts have to come out like the lion? One by one he is saying. कौन से संसार से हमको बाहर निकलना है? Throughout the text, the 30,000 shlokas, it will talk about that only. 1. Starting. प्रत्यहं प्रत्यवेक्षेथा देहं नश्वरमात्मनः संत्यजेत् पशुभिस्तुल्यं श्रयेत् सत्पुरुषोचितम्. So, therefore, pratyam pratyaveksheta. Deham nashwaram atmanah. Pratyaham is daily. Pratyaveksheta means we have to reconcile. We have to think again and again. About what? Deha. About Deha, about what? Nashwaram atmanah. I am the Dehi. I am the self inside. And this Deha is a Upadhi which is Nashwara. It is destroyable. In this way, every day we have to think about this Sharira. When you do that, ये नश्वर है करके, the attachment to that goes away. Coming out of the attachment of the Sharira is called as Mukti from Samsara. Not the other way around. Identified with the Sharira and continuously pampering it throughout life. And when the old age disease comes, then getting frightened, miserable, दुख, मैं old हो रहा हूँ, मैं मरने जा रहा हूँ, मुझे disease हो रहा है. That's called Samsara. तुमको नहीं हो रहा, शरीर को हो रहा है. It is not me and it is definitely Nashwara. Imagine that 2 months we have every day 100,000 times we said, okay, I am not the Sharira, Sharira is Nashwara. When it gets Nashwara, I am ready to accept it. 2 महीने कह के देखो सारा तादाद में छूट जाएगा, डर नहीं रहेगा फिर. Then we accept it. Yeah, one day I am going to leave this body. Everybody left. I also, many people left their bodies million times earlier. It is just like the continuation of the journey to the next stage. कार ट्रैक का कार छोड़ दिया, फ्लाइट में चढ़े, फ्लाइट छोड़ दी, उधर और एक बस चढ़ गए, बस में कुछ देर कभी टांगे में बैठे, टांगे में थोड़ा गांव में अंदर तक गए. ओनली व्हीकल्स आई एम चेंजिंग, आई एम तो कंटिन्यूसली ट्रैवलिंग. तो एज ए जीवा आई एम ट्रैवलिंग कंटिन्यूसली. राइट नो आई एम इन दिस गाड़ी कॉल्ड दिस शरीर. Evening class, Shariram Sukhudukkhanam, Bhoga Ayatana Muchyate, in our Atma Bodha. Next text after 10-20 minutes. So, Pratyavaham, Pratyaham, Pratyaveksheta, Deham, Nashwaram, Atmanah. हमारे शरीर है नश्वर करके पहले इसका निरंतर देखो, एक्सेप्ट करो, कम आउट ऑफ द संसार ऑफ देह तादात्म्य एंड रिलेटेड भय दुख इत्यादि. फर्स्ट थिंग वशिष्ठ जी ने यही सिखाया हमको. The other day also we saw Nahan Devasmi Jagad Mithya. If these two are achieved before we die, we have done a great good to us. 4 दिन पहले सुबह का मेरे इंट्रोडक्शन क्लास में हमने देखा. कॉमन सेंस थॉट. करेक्ट. नेक्स्ट वन. किंचित कांतान्नपानादि कलिलम कोमलम गृहे व्रणे कीट इवास्वाद्य वह कार्यम नमस्मसात्. So next thing we have to come out with our Purushartha. Come out of the Daivam or come out of the past bad habits. The first bad habit spiritually is to come out is the Deha Tadatmya. Second is Deha Tadatmya ke Karana. We involve in variety of Bhoga. Bhagavan here, Vaashishtha ji is telling about it. Very interesting. Huh? Ki Manarayana. See, Kinchit. Kinchit means meaningless. Kanta, wife or husband, Anna, Bhojanam, Pana, drinks. Adi, Kalilam. Kalilam is Kalusham only. Komalam, which gives us security. Gruhe, in the Grahastha Ashrama, we are caught up in that. The meaningless indulgence in the worldly domestic bhoga we are. You know, with what he is comparing, Vaashishtha ji. Bhayankaram. किंचित कांतान्नपानादि कलिलम komalam gruhe vrane kita iva aswadya. Kya abominable example he has given. When there is a wound in our body and it is, it is oozing the pus out. When the pus is coming out, onto that pus, some of the mosquitoes or ants or some small microbes which can fly, microbes or insect, don't they come? व्रण के ऊपर जो कीट आ जाते हैं ना, सेम इज our involvement with the kanta annapanadi bhoga at the home. कैवल्य उपनिषद स्त्री अन्नपानादि विचित्र भोगै सएव जागृत परितृप्ति में. And here you carry Bhagavan Vaashishtha ji ki that in these type of bhogas which are no greater than the kida makode and the pus of the wound, by involving in them, don't do this. What is that? Vayah karyam namasmasat. Vaya means the kala, lifespan. Bhasmasat na karya means usko jala ke राख मत करो अपने human precious life को. मतलब क्या हुआ? The human life which is meant for the moksha, we are burning it away and making it bhasma by indulging in the annapana stri ityadi, which are like kide makode on the pus of the wound. जीवन को हम भस्म कर रहे हैं, ये नहीं करना. फर्स्ट वन वाज नित्यम प्रत्यहम अन्ववेक्षेत, प्रत्यहम प्रत्यवेक्षेत. व्हाट इज इट? देहम नश्वरम. Then, for the deha sake only, the stri annapanadi bhoga. But they are like a kide makode on the wound. Don't waste your life. Don't burn away your life. अपने जीवन को, like somebody gave some 10 lakhs of rupees or 1 crore. अब उसमें केरोसिन डाल के जला दिया, पेट्रोल डाल के. Any of the such precious things given, we have done the ashes out of it by burning it. How it looks like. In the same way, involving in all this bhoga is like doing the bhasma of our own vayaha or ayuhu or kalam or जीवन. मनुष्य जीवन को नष्ट नहीं करना, मनुष्य जीवन को नाश नहीं करना. These two words तो we always listen, but some higher word he is using, भस्म नहीं करना by all this bhoga. किंचित मीनिंगलेस, कांता अन्न पान आदि कलिलम कोमलम गृहे व्रणे कीट इव आस्वाद्य. Aswadana. Enjoying all these bhogas are like that kita enjoying the vrana, that pus, etc. Or any of this stinking dirty material on that all other kide jo rehte. There is no difference between them and us if we also indulge in this type of bhoga. और रिमेंबर थ्रूआउट योग वासिष्ठ लैंग्वेज तो ऐसे पावरफुल रहेगा. अभी तक 2 गालियां दे दी हमारे प्यारे वशिष्ठ जी ने. एक तो गधा कहा, दूसरा कीड़ा मकोड़ा कहा. इफ नॉट लिसनिंग दैट, इफ हमको शर्म नहीं आता, देन नोबडी कैन हेल्प अस. To Rama, these things won't affect much because he's already crossed them. In future, any weak movement comes, that time to shield, protect yourself, remember this knowledge. And Vasishtha ji must be addressing all the crowd that is present there. Then you're wasting your life. Bhasma kar rahe ho usko by indulging it in these negative things. Okay? Next, after saying what not to do, now what's to be done? Positive. Shubhena paurushena shubhamasadhyate phalam ashubhena shubham nityam daivam nama na kinchana. बस कंक्लूड कर रहे हैं इसमें. This we saw 20 minutes back. Shubhena paurushena, with the purushartha prayatna done in the Shubha Marga, what will happen? Shubham phalam asadhyate. You get that positive phala. पुण्य पुण्य फल, धर्म धर्म फल, दान दान फल, आध्यात्म आध्यात्मिक फल. So शुभेन पौरुषेण शुभ फलम आसाध्यते आशु. Same way, ashubhena ashubham. By doing the Ashubha Prayatna, Ashubha Phala will come. Nitya means this is the rule always, nobody can avoid it. Therefore, Daivam Namana Kinchana. There is nothing like Daivam of the past to influence you. अगर ठीक करोगे तो ठीक फल मिलेगा, गलत करे तो गलत मिलेगा. Therefore, don't do the galat and suffer and blame others. अशुभ कर्म करके उसका फल पाकर दूसरों को ब्लेम नहीं करना, और शुभ फल चाहते हुए इंतजार नहीं करना हो कोई आके कुछ करेंगे मेरे लिए, खुद को करना पड़ता. शुभेन पौरुषेण आशु शुभ फलम आसाध्यते अशुभेन अशुभम. दिस रूल इज नित्यम. दैवम नाम न किंचन. देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड एज दैव, नथिंग कॉल्ड एज प्रारब्ध, नथिंग कॉल्ड एज एनी ऑफ द negativities of the past should be able to influence the present. Powerful isn't it? एक एक श्लोक इतना अंदर ले आने वाला इंपॉर्टेंट है. तत्व चिंतन, आत्मचिंतन, विचारणा, फर्दर द सटल साधनास टू बी डन. ये सब का भी बात शुरू नहीं हुआ. ऑल ऑफ दैट विल कम. बट इफ वन इज एबल टू डू ऑल ऑफ दैट consistently, he should believe in his own self efforts, and he also should have the guts to reject all his nonsense of the past. Therefore, in these two things, in the beginning, Bhagavan Vasishtha is preparing Rama, and all of us, he may repeat it again and again whenever it is required. तो व्हाट्स फर्दर, प्रत्यक्ष मानम उत्सृज इत्यादि जो तुम्हारे सामने है उसको छोड़कर, जो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, जो पास के बारे में सोचता है ना, ही इज ओनली वेरी फेलो, फनी फेलो. एन एग्जाम्पल, फनी एग्जाम्पल इज गिवन. अपने हाथों की सांप मानकर झटक दे रहा है और सांप को गले में डाल रहा है. सांप को गले में डाला is the past put on the neck. Considering hands as the serpents and trying to get away them is not doing the present Purushartha. In this way, we will explain further. We have beautiful shlokas to come. Let's see. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo PARABRAHMANE Param. Om Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेव तन्नो विष्णु मंगलं गुरुदेवाय दाशरथाय विद्महे सीता तन्नो राम. बोल श्री सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्री योगाश्मा रामायण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि आदि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय. समस्त ऋषि गुरु देवता गण की जय. श्री रामायण महाभारत भागवत उपनिषद गीता ब्रह्मसूत्र योगाष्ट पातंजलि उपदेश अध्यात्म रामायण सूत्र संहिता शिवपुराण स्कंद पुराण शिवपुराणादि श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतान की जय. सतुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नमः पार्वती पदे हर हर महादेव हर. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय राम राम. अम्बे अम्बे श्री आदिपराशक्ति माता की जय. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक मुमुक्ष मुक्त गण की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृति की जय. अध्यात्म जीवन विधान की जय. ग्रेट टेक्स्ट. अब बताए ना योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण में क्या है. When we not started, we didn't know what was the content in this, because of our efforts from last 172 days, almost 6 months हो गए, Jan 22, we get an idea. And the depth of the subject, the importance, the necessity, relevance of it at any day of the life, we are realizing it. Thank you. Please join in 5 minutes for Atma Bodha and other 2 texts.